Prisons are where society locks away its most dangerous criminals, but not all prisons are the same. From terrifying isolation cells to luxurious rehabilitation centers, each prison has its own story to tell. Today, we'll uncover 10 prisons that have shocked, fascinated, and even inspired people around the world. Let's begin our journey behind the bars. 1. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, USA. Built on Alcatraz Island in 1934, this maximum security prison was specifically designed to hold the most dangerous criminals of its time. Surrounded by freezing waters and strong currents, escape seemed impossible. The 1962 escape attempt by Frank Morris and the Englund brothers is legendary. Using makeshift tools and dummy heads crafted from soap, they managed to disappear. The FBI called it a failed escape, but conspiracy theories suggest otherwise. Alcatraz remains one of San Francisco's most visited sites. Visitors can walk through cells once occupied by infamous inmates like Al Capone and listen to gripping stories of life on the Rock. 2. Bang Kwang Central Prison, Thailand. Known as the Bangkok Hilton, Bang Kwang is infamous for its overcrowding, harsh conditions, and severe sentences. It primarily houses foreign prisoners and locals serving long sentences. Until recently, death row prisoners wore leg irons permanently. Many inmates endure isolation and tough manual labor. Surprisingly, the prison has volunteer programs where inmates can learn basic skills or communicate with the outside world through support groups. 3. La Santé Prison, France. La Santé, meaning health in French, ironically became notorious for its grim conditions. Established in 1867, it housed political prisoners, ordinary criminals, and even high society inmates who often received preferential treatment. During World War II, La Santé held French resistance fighters as well as war criminals from Nazi Germany. With over 100 suicides reported in recent years, it has sparked debates about the psychological toll of prison life in France. 4. Rikers Island, USA. Located on an island between the Bronx and Queens, Rikers Island is a sprawling complex that has been called a city of inmates. Rikers has a reputation for extreme violence, both between inmates and by guards. Reports of corruption and abuse have led to public outcry. Plans to close Rikers by 2027 have been announced, aiming to replace it with smaller, community-based jails. But until then, it remains a controversial symbol of America's penal system. 5. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. Nestled near the Kazakhstan border, Black Dolphin houses Russia's most dangerous criminals. This supermax prison enforces absolute control over its inmates. Prisoners are blindfolded when moved between buildings, preventing them from mapping the facility. They are kept under surveillance 24/7, and physical contact is rare. The prison gets its name from a handcrafted statue of a dolphin at the entrance, a strange and eerie contrast to its grim interior. 6. ADX Florence, USA. Often called the Alcatraz of the Rockies, ADX Florence is designed to isolate inmates entirely. Each cell has a slit-like window only 4 inches wide, providing a limited view of the outside. Former prisoners describe it as a place that drives people to madness. Inmates rarely hear a human voice other than their guards. Home to some of the most infamous criminals, such as Boston Marathon bomber Jahar Tsarnaev and drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. 7. San Pedro Prison, Bolivia. San Pedro defies the conventional prison system. Inmates pay for their own cells, with wealthier prisoners enjoying more spacious accommodations. Families often live with inmates, creating a community-like environment. Without guards inside the prison, inmates create their own rules, elect leaders, and even run businesses like restaurants and shops. In the past, adventurous tourists could pay for unofficial tours, but this controversial practice has mostly ceased. 8. Belmarsh, UK. Often referred to as Britain's Guantanamo, Belmarsh is where the most dangerous offenders are housed. Terrorists, organized crime leaders, and even whistleblower Julian Assange have been held here. Its strict security has made it the UK's most feared prison. Belmarsh frequently makes headlines, with activists arguing over the treatment of inmates and transparency in handling sensitive cases. 9. Bastøy Prison, Norway. Situated on a scenic island, Bastøy Prison offers a completely different approach to justice. Inmates live in cottages, work on farms, and participate in recreational activities. The philosophy is rehabilitation, not punishment. Inmates learn responsibility and life skills that help them reintegrate into society. Norway's low reoffense rates have sparked international interest in Bastøy's unique model. 10. Diyarbakir Prison, Turkey. Opened in 1980, Diyarbakir is infamous for its harsh treatment of political prisoners. Reports of torture, overcrowding, and extreme punishments earned it the title of one of the world's worst prisons. Activists and organizations have long fought for its reform, and the Turkish government has made efforts to improve conditions. From the cold, isolated cells of Black Dolphin Prison in Russia to the almost utopian Bastøy Prison in Norway, we've taken a fascinating journey through some of the most unique and infamous prisons in the world. Each of these facilities tells a story, not just about its inmates, but also about the justice system and the society it represents. What do you think? Are prisons meant for punishment or rehabilitation? Which prison on this list surprised you the most? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories from around the world. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next upload. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.